Well, good morning, everybody. This will be round 2 of Model Cars and Coffee. So, still waking up. Doggy got me up early as usual and made the Dunkin' run, get the Dunkin' coffee. So, did that and ate a little bit and took Lucy for a walk. And now I'm back here at the bench. And not a lot going on. I really couldn't work on any models yesterday. Couldn't paint anything, unfortunately. Ended up with a nail in my tire in the Challenger. Second nail in the last month and a half. We had one in my wife's car. One of her tires was flat on the ground. A lot of construction going on in my neighborhood, and I'm constantly finding nails and screws and bolts and nuts and pieces of wire that's fallen off. You know, these trucks and trailers, you know, because they're stripping off roofs and stuff in the neighborhood and tearing down a lot of these places. So anyway, so I had to deal with that, you know, and plus my usual Saturday morning, you know, take care of my mom and get her shopping done and stuff. So, and then back in the afternoon to work around the house and, of course, put the tire back on the car in 95-degree weather. So anyway, got that done. And today is install a new pool pump day. Right now it's really overcast and humid out there and buggy. So I'm waiting a little bit till the sun gets up a little more and get out there and hopefully get that done in short work. I've got all the pieces to put it together and just matter of dropping the new pump in there and wiring it up. So hopefully get that done. And then I get to mow the yard. So it did rain a little bit last evening, so that's good. We needed it. But anyway, Friday night I did some digging back here in my closet, and which is now a complete mess because of everything I dug out. But a lot of you have asked for a little more model car history, so I dug out some history. So I'm going to have some good stuff coming up here in the short term for you guys with the model car history thing. So I'll give you there's just a quickie. So you can see some Tom Daniel kits I dug from way back there in some of my scratch builds. We'll be talking about some of that. I think one of the first things I'm going to do is a little history on the Red Baron model, one of my favorites. So we're going to do that, and probably the King Chopper. I dug out my Roth letters, so I'll show you those. Letters from Ed from way back in sometime in the 80s. I think, I'm not sure, probably mid 80s anyway. So anyway, so I'll be doing that, but not a lot else going on. The AMX for the Pro Street group build, working on that a little bit. This thing has just been my unicorn, really fought me every step of the way, and it's not great. It's probably one of the worst things I've built in years, but it sits okay on the desk, so I'm still got some detail work to do on it, but it is together. I had to literally clamp this thing with some huge clamps to get the chassis to stay in it, because there's so much tension and everything from the tubs and everything are just hitting up inside it. It's just a mess. Anyway, I will show you. I was talking to you guys on one of my previous builds about these quad hands, and this is the one I use here at home. I showed you the one I've got there in my lab, which is useful, and it was great for holding eyeglasses when I was still doing soldering on frames and stuff. Not doing that anymore, but I still use it when I'm painting stuff down there. But this one, this is the one I would really recommend. These are American made, company right in Georgia that you can get these from. I picked this up off Amazon, but this one has the magnetic removable bases, and so you can reposition these anywhere you want to. You can buy these extra arms if you feel like you need more hands. These are completely flexible. You can see you can change these positions. So if you're holding parts, you can move them around to wherever you need exactly. So they're great for me for soldering and stuff when I'm soldering LEDs. But they're also good for holding your parts. You know, when you're painting, they come with these little rubber tipped that go on your clamp there if you want to, so they don't tear up a surface that they're holding onto if you've got them holding smooth parts. But yeah, so these things are really good. Obviously it's more expensive than you know, like those little tri-hands things that we used to get at Radio Shack. I've still got a couple of those things laying around, but when you switch from that to this, it's just so much better. These are removable too, that you can unscrew the the clamps, so you can buy those extra. So there's a lot you can do with this, and they offer a bunch of different ones, but I really like this one. This has worked out good for me, so I really like that. Let's see, what else I want to show you. Yeah, that's a set of Fink balls sitting back there. You had a friend of mine make some of these, and he had sent me some, and of course I just had to make some more. So still have to put the hair on them. Don't ask. I mean, yeah, they're pretty disgusting, but and the hair makes them even worse. He sent me this hair that literally looks like trimmed pubic hair, but it's some kind of doll hair, but it's so gross once you get that put on there. Let's see. A few weeks back, a friend of mine, his wife, gave me a whole box of like smoking accessories, and we don't smoke, but some really cool stuff in there. There's about 50 pieces in there, but these are cool. These are little matchbox holders, and they're Bakelite. They look like a little deck of playing cards, and you can see I got some matches in there, but I latched onto those. We may sell some of the other stuff, but I thought these were just really cool. And this is something you don't see anymore either. This is a portable ashtray. This one says Benson and Hedges on it. I've got a couple of these. I've got a Lucky Strike one, and this thing is made so that when you open it, so you got your little cigarette holder pops out there. You just hold it in your hand, drop your ashes in there. So it's something you don't see anymore. Like I said, we're not smokers, so nothing I would use, but I think it's cool. And this was probably a giveaway. You know, I'd probably mail in cigarette wrappers or something years ago, and you know, it's kind of cool. But there was a lot of these little match holders, all different kinds of variations of those things. So I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cool. So I hung on to those. I'll put those in one of my cabinets. My wife picked up this Aztec piece, which is made out of resin. It's nothing super old, I don't think, but she picked this up, I think, at one of the thrift stores that she frequents. So I'm going to put it's resin. I'm going to put a little wall holder on that so she can hang that up somewhere. It's a little small project, but yeah, other than that, that's about it. We had kind of a tragedy. Well, it was a tragedy at the end of our street this week. We had 3 people killed, and I was leaving to get coffee before work the other morning, and I noticed there was a big burnt area on the grass near the entrance to our subdivision. And I found out later that day that apparently a middle-aged couple in their 40s, early 40s, that happened at 8:30 at night, and they turned the corner right in front of an oncoming motorcycle. A 27-year-old man who apparently just went right through the car, and the car ended up crashing into the marker for our neighborhood and caught fire. Unfortunately, the young man was trapped underneath the car. He was probably dead anyway from the impact. The motorcycle was actually on top of the wall of our neighborhood marker, and unfortunately all 3 people passed away, and the couple had 4 small children, which really sucks. You know, I hate hearing stuff like that happen, but I know this kind of thing happens all the time. But you know, when it's right at the end of your street, it's a real eye-opener. And you know, the funny thing is, it was coming home probably 2 days before that, and a young man cut the center line. We were rolling up to a light in a busy intersection here in town, and a young man on one of the fast bikes, he cut the center line between me and the car next to me, which is not legal here. I know in some states like California you can cut traffic that way. It's not legal here, but he cut it at high speed right at this intersection. There was a police officer coming in the opposite direction who, for whatever reason, didn't see him. I saw the guy turning around on the bike to see if the cop was coming after him, because he probably would have ran. But I see this kid all the time in town, really driving erratically on this bike, and I was just thinking to myself, I need to get his tag number and call. I have a friend at the police department, and just tell him that this kid is just going to end up on the side of the road dead. And I'm hoping that's not the same young man that I saw, but I mean, it could be. Who knows? So that kind of bothered me. But anyway, I know these things happen. But Anyway, so with that being said, that's probably about all I got to say today. So I'm going to try sometime this week. I'm still kind of gathering up some stuff. I have a lot of Tom Daniel memorabilia because I've been friends with Tom for so long. And so I'm kind of gathering some more stuff together before I do the Red Baron thing, because I wanted to kind of make a nice little presentation with that. I dug out my Red Baron models that were built many, many years ago. I have one of the big Red Barons, the large scale, 1/12 scale. I think I built that back in the mid 80s. So I got that. That thing spent about probably a good 20 years in my attic in a box, and I just actually ran across it in the spring this year when I was up there moving stuff around, cleaning stuff out, getting rid of some boxes and stuff, putting everything back in plastic tubs. And I ran across that in the bottom of a box of stuff. I couldn't believe it. I just kind of honestly forgot about it, that it was even up there. So found that. But anyway, so that's what's going on. And I will touch base with you guys later this week. Have a great Sunday. I hope you all don't have to spend your day working like I do, but hey, that's part of it. So have a good week, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks for coming by.